We are live. We are live. JML, BreakNight, Hangout with a special guest. Does the guest want to introduce themselves?
Sure. My name. I hate saying my name, but my channel is TheBaitmanTv, and it's totally not a sports card channel. It's a fishing tackle channel, and I got kind of into the breaks by joining an RGL stream months ago, and I'm in the Discord, and JML's been a really good guy to me and several people in the community, and he asked me to come on stream, and I am a sports nut. So if you see Kevin B, that's usually me in one of the breaks, whether it's Hitman, RGL, or Shy City. And I appreciate JML inviting me on here to do a little pre-break stream.
What's up, brothers? What's up, Macamania running wild in chat? Macamania.
Yeah, I see a lot of familiar faces I see in the breaks.
Back to back, Pat. What's up? Russ in here. Awesome. We got quite a few people in here so far. Yeah, it was funny because I think right away I noticed your channel name, and I was like, and you were like, oh, I think you hit a card or something, and I was like, how did you get into cards? And
Right.
you told the story through the chat about it. Do you want to tell
Yeah,
our
so,
audience here?
I'm 36. I would say
Same
I look
age.
younger, but I don't think I am. But
Yeah, we're the same age.
early 90s, mid 90s, man, I was loving cards, man. You go to Walmart and they'd have those dollar packs of Flair, NBA hoops, or Skybox.
Yeah.
And man, I collected every insert set and everything. And I was always a huge King Griffey Jr. fan because I played baseball. I modeled the swing after him and everything. So I was
You're a
always
lefty?
chasing. What'd you say?
Are you a lefty?
No, right-handed.
You're doing a right-handed uppercut.
Yes. So my swing definitely wasn't as pretty as his, but that's why I work in a steel factory and not play MLB. But anyway, so my son, I got out of cards probably in like high school, middle school, and my son, he's 9, and about this time last year, maybe a little early, he really got into Pokemon like hardcore for some reason.
Yeah.
And he actually was like, I want to collect them. I said, that's cool. Some of these are worth money and all that. And so I was going to Walmart every day. And if you remember a year and a half ago, or when Pokemon was super hot, like there'd be sports cards on the shelves, but you couldn't get Pokemon. And I was going every day, and I'd have handfuls of boosters and booster packs and all this stuff. And man, I get some really odd looks. Like, what's this grown man doing buying Pokemon cards? And I'm not gonna lie, I felt kind of weird. But so when he wasn't with me, I'd buy a couple retail packs, and I bought some Donruss football, and I pulled a couple Mac Jones. It's like, all right, this is cool. Mac's getting hot, and I'm a Dolphins fan, unfortunately. But
They might be
so
good.
yeah, so I started kind of dabbling a little bit, and I started getting on YouTube and watching some stuff, and I was watching another guy video. I won't mention his name, and I was like, man, this dude is boring. Like, how can I sit through this?
I know who you're talking about.
And it's so monotone. And
Yeah.
there was a thumbnail for RGL up there, and I was like, oh, I'll watch this guy. And he was live, like he was live breaking. And so I clicked on it, and I'm like, man, this dude, he's got it going on. Number one, he knew everything he was talking about. Like, he wasn't fumbling through names. Now, it wasn't soccer, but
Yeah.
so, but I was like, man, this is cool, and I like this, and everybody in the chat seemed pretty cool. So I entered my first break, and I got the Dolphins, and I was so pumped. I don't think I hit a card that was worth more than $5 or $6. But I got a lot of cards. I was like, man, this is cool. And since then, I've kind of been addicted. Like, I'll get on RGL once a week, get in Hitman, been in some shots.
Should I tell them the story of what happened on Saturday while you were live streaming?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Bateman, if you guys don't know, he's got a pretty nice following. He's got about 18,000 subs on his channel, and he did a live stream Saturday night, and he goes, remind me to buy into the OT breaks, and I was like, cool, no problem. And this is RGL, you know, we still have the bounty going on, and I was like, cool, no problem, I'll let you know. So I let him know. He was obviously in the middle of his stream. He didn't get to the notification quick enough, and it was all sold out. So he's fully into the hobby to be thinking about card breaks during his own live stream. So
yeah, and of course you see all this fishing tackle behind me. I have like a separate room attached to my carport. It's actually my water heater room, but like underneath my podcasting table here, I've got almost all my base sports cards. So I don't know what to do with base, so I just store them here. And you know, when I rip, I come out here just to get away. You know, I'll rip some retail or stuff like that. But I'm actually located in Western Kentucky, believe it or not. Like dead center, almost Midwest. I technically call it the South.
yeah, you and Aaron are close to each other, right?
Yeah, I think he goes by Niner Liner. I text him quite a bit. He's a really cool dude. We're gonna go fishing. I just got busy at work, and honestly, when it's 100 degrees, I don't like to go that often. I'm getting be an old man, but yeah. So what was weird about Saturday? I just had to get in a break, and I got in the multi-sport break, and it might have been one of the worst breaks I've ever been in. But you know, it's just like anything else. I mean, if I go fishing, I'm not guaranteed to catch fish, and when you get into a break, you're not guaranteed to get a card. So, but I think that's what makes it fun. Yeah, it is a little bit of a gamble, and
it's fully a gamble.
Yeah,
you know, let's be realistic. It is fully a gamble. You have to play the odds, and I think for a lot of people, what they don't realize, it's like anything else. You should research what you're doing before you do it, because you can lose a lot of money by just throwing money away into breaks, and you have to be smart about it.
Right. And I kind of do that. I'm a little picky sometimes, and I don't get into the high end like national treasures and stuff, because I'm always like, man, you know, that's $200 or $300. You know, if I don't hit nothing, I'm gonna be really mad. But then again, you know, to the guys that do it, they know that, but there's always a chance you hit that $10,000 card. I mean, I was watching. I was trying to get in the break and I missed it. Was it last Friday night when Hitman pulled that Trey Lance? Dude, I wanted in that break and I was busy and I forgot to get in it. And everyone was, oh, that could be me. And sure, but you can also be me too. And the last two breaks I've been in, man, I've hit like 4 cards. So. I know that going into it, and I would advise people do some research, understand that
understand the products, understand the mix of products, everything. And I saw the video yesterday. I'm not sure if Bateman did. Did you see Hitman's latest?
No, I need to pull it up. I've been remodeling my house, so I'm on a little break.
I'm gonna do the spoiler because someone in chat's gonna spoil it. So he opened up a white sparkle prism pack. Now, if you're following along, he's hit a Davis Mills 1-of-1 auto. He hit the Kyle Trask. So he's doing this for himself. This is his own video opening. He hits a Mac Jones 1-of-1 auto white sparkle.
Wild.
I estimate that card to be anywhere from 100 to 150K easily.
Right.
By now, I think most of this community has seen the video. If not, I would still check it out because his reaction is it's incredible. So.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't imagine, even hitting that Trey Lance last week. So I did a break with a breaker on TikTok who's actually seems pretty legit. I've always got my stuff, and I hit out of 15 Kyle Trask auto. I posted it in the Discord.
I saw that. Yeah.
And I had the crazy thing about that break. I didn't hit a single card until I hit that card, and then I hit an encased Kyle Trask. And I'm not a Kyle Trask fan, so that's something I'm probably going to sell. But what's really crazy right now, and this is where the sports part of me comes in, because I'm a huge college football nut, and I watch NFL. You've got this incoming draft class, and there's not really any legitimate guy that people are just going crazy over. Everyone's still chasing the Trey Lance, the Justin Fields, the Trevor Lawrence, the Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Well, what if these guys, they don't have to have playoff years?
No.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence, if he just gets the Jags at 5 or 6 wins, maybe more, who knows? Dude, that's going to make his value go up. Mac Jones, if he stays steady, his value is going to hold. Trey Lance, man, I really feel that Trey's ceiling is unreal. So, but those are kind of cards I don't want to see.
He has the best coaching staff, I think.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of weapons.
I mean, some will argue and say Belichick, but with McDaniels not in New England, how is that going to affect Mac Jones? Because right now, New England doesn't have an offensive coordinator. They literally did not name an offensive coordinator. We got some questions for you.
Oh yeah.
I could do the pin. That's no issue. He has a channel. He's got quite the following. You wouldn't know it.
Yeah,
but,
my channel's been going for like 4.5 years, and I'm not. And I was talking to JML about this. What makes RGL and Hitman and Shy's community really good right now, and YouTube's really liking it, is because they're so consistent.
Yeah,
and I'm just not as consistent, and I have a niche that's kind of broad, because if you look up bass fishing, there's thousands of videos. Whereas you look up, trading card breaks and opening prism packs or chronicles, whatever, their videos are going to be near the top. And anyway, I don't do a lot of catching cooks. Most of my channel is just about tackle. I'll do some fishing. I'm actually editing a fishing video now. I'm not really into trout fishing, rod building, or anything, but I can point guys in the right direction. But this community it's really good. I've noticed there's a lot of really good people in it, and you could say that about a lot of stuff on YouTube. But I like the camaraderie. It seems people always seem to go the extra mile to help somebody out, and I like that. You know what? It's just my second hobby now, and I'd love to start a card channel, but man, I don't. Time, and I live in West Kentucky, and unfortunately we don't have a lot of LCSs. Local card shops is what I've come to learn, and I don't really get anything other. I have to go to 4 or 5 Walmarts just to try to find decent retail. So that's kind of why I do breaks, because by the time I put gas in my truck and I want to go drive somewhere, it's just cheaper off to do a break.
True, and sometimes it's a higher percentage of hitting on a break than it is a box on return on investment, especially especially if you're just going to rip retail. There's a very low ceiling in retail generally, but I've seen, case in point, I mean, it wasn't a huge pull, but I had a blaster box of Mosaic that was a giveaway, and I pulled the Jamar Chase Storm Chaser, so I pulled like $150 card out of a blaster box. I saw Diamond Princess. She had a break yesterday for a personal, and it was Top Heritage, a blaster, right? $25 blaster, $30 blaster, and she hit the Mike Trout auto that's on card, 74 of 75.
Yeah,
like a $600 autograph from a blaster.
Yeah, yep. I think
and this is the guy this is Bad Box Pulls, who he was the one that the personal was for. He hit that auto, so that was
that's
awesome.
It's funny. I actually got a couple guys I work with. They're into sports cars too. One of them, he's a big Braves fan. So one thing about me is, like, if I'm doing my retail and I pull some Braves cards, I just pass them all along to me. Well, if he gets some Mariners, he sends them over to me. So it works out pretty good that way. I mean, the best retail hit I've got, I like Mosaic. I know it seems a little overprinted, but and I think it was one hanger box. I got a Jamar Chase Variation Silver and a Kyler Murray Genesis, and I'm like, dude, I bought 4 hangers. That paid for both of them. Now,
Yeah.
I don't send them off to grading. I have no clue about the grading process, so I'm kind of a newbie on that. But obviously, I'm going to hold that Chase for a little bit because I don't really see anybody slowing him down.
Yeah. Macamania, you should record that. I mean, it's only a 1 card rip. You should just record it as a short and put it on your channel.
Yeah, I'm thinking, it's hard enough for me to get 2 fishing videos a week. I've got some sponsors or whatnot, and I try to highlight them. But I do see there's kind of a niche. I've actually seen some people in an RGL stream and a Hitman stream that actually watch my fishing channel. I'm like, whoa, Baitman, you're in here? I'm like,
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
McLovin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Bad Box and League of Her Own, they're also content creators. Please put your channel links. Make sure we get some subs for you. Great content. I mean, I've only checked out a couple videos so far, but content looks awesome. They're part of another community that is pretty cool as well. Mostly centric on baseball, which is more in my wheelhouse lately with my hashtag baseball only. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see different communities now trying to come together.
Dude, SoCal has got some really good fishing. Actually, Central North California has got some really, really good fishing. Clear Lake and the Delta, places like that. I've got some friends that were from out there that actually moved to Tennessee, but I'll definitely check those channels out too. I'm one of those guys that I like to help the community, whether it's the fishing community. I have lots of guests on, but I'll subscribe to anybody's channel. I actually watch a lot of videos. Believe it or not, I wake up early in the morning. I watch some YouTube before everything goes on. So, but yeah, I'll put my link in Discord or whatnot.
I'm gonna put it in this chat box here momentarily, unless someone else can do it. That's on the desktop. I'd appreciate it. I just want to make sure I got Bad Box as a mod so he can post. He's in there, right? Yeah. And then there's someone else. League of Her Own. Post your links. Definitely would help everyone. It's one community. I mean, I think all YouTube creators, we should be one community. Often it's not. Thanks, Bad Box, for posting Bateman's channel.
And someone said favorite bait. Man, I don't know if I have one favorite. I'm a crankbait guy. I actually designed a color for a company called 6 Cents Fishing, and they take care of me. And they made a color. It's called Jaint Juice, and Jaint stands for giant, and it's a chartreuse purple crankbait, and it's probably my favorite just because company believed in me enough that they're willing to spend a bunch of money to make a custom color, and it sells really well, and lots of guys catch fish on it, and they tag me on Instagram and whatnot. So I don't want to sound like I have an ego, but it's a cool thing when you help design something and people see some satisfaction from it.
That's a question for you. I have no idea what that means.
Steelhead is like a form of a trout, and I'm not a big trout guy. It's really popular. It's another niche I've never been. I had a chance to actually go to Alaska this week, but I passed it down to do some trout fishing and whatnot, but I just couldn't make it work with my schedule.
Pokey, I've always said this is about community. You can post your links, you can say whatever. It's about, making sure that we spread the love, spread the wealth around.
Right.
Plenty of it. Helping people is what a community is supposed to be. It shouldn't be, a dictatorship or anything like that where there's a head honcho. So we should all be able to eat off one another's table and share and have fun and make content that's genuine and from the heart, and that's all that should matter at the end of the day. That's my little philosophy.
Yeah, so the way I look at it, we're all sports nuts for the most part. And what seems pretty cool about the channels I watch is everybody's a sports nut. And we, of course, we got our own opinions, and that's fine. It's actually great when people can discuss who's going to be the top rookie QB or running back or what team's making the playoffs. It's fine to disagree, and it makes for very interesting conversations. What happened in my community a few years ago, you had a top tier of people, and basically it was they're knocking everybody down, and you know it burned me out for a little bit, man. I got burned out on making content and stuff, and you know, now I just do whatever. But
I mean, if anything,
like to help everyone out.
If anything, it should be friendly competition, where competition should be good. Like, should be good, friendly competition where you motivate one another, and drive to make better content. And I think that's the best example of competition. But when there's constant bad mouthing or slamming of each other's content, then it kind of just gets a little out of hand. There's breakers that I may not necessarily agree with, but it is what it is, and that's their style of doing it. I don't have to spend my money with them. If you choose to spend your money with them, that's cool.
Right.
That's my my take on that.
I think it's just like anything else. When someone can make something kind of personalized and make you feel part of something, I'm willing to throw my money at them a little bit more than just the guy that. Man, I'll be honest. I've watched some breakers on TikTok and other channels, and it feels like it's too much of a business. Where let's say I hit a $10,000 car with RGL. I know him just enough where he would be legit excited for you. It wouldn't be an ego thing for him. I see so many breakers and they're big hits, and it's like, oh yeah, this is a 101 next card, and I'm like, man, give a guy a little bit of love. He just spent could anywhere from $100 to $500 with you. Give him a good pat on the back or whatnot. It's tough to get those hits. I mean,
and please keep your t-shirts on.
Yeah, you will never see me fishing without a shirt. I know what I got here, and y'all don't want to see that.
Oh, that's not a question for us.
Yeah.
My biggest freshwater fish, 30-pound carp.
That's a pretty good sized carp. If you will do a little Google news, where I live here in Western Kentucky, we've got an influx of the Asian carp, silver big head carp, and they're really a nuisance. And they've caused millions of dollars of damage, and we're trying to get them out of our lakes. It's pretty wild, but regular grass carp, common carp, don't bother me. I seen somebody ask a question. It said, hey Baitman, and this is from Mike Concho, love the name.
The best name going.
Yeah, what was the brand you're working with? I use Powerbait when I'm looking to try new bait. So I love Powerbait, by the way. Berkeley makes good stuff. I'm working with this company right here. This is their hard bait. This is they're called 6 Cents. They're based out of Texas, around the Dallas area. They're all a bunch of Houston fans, by the way.
Oh no!
Love it or like it.
Oh no!
Yeah, but which is I might root for Houston a little bit because they signed. So I'm a huge Tennessee Volunteer fan, and I'm not.
Boy.
Yeah, I'm not just the football team. It's basketball, baseball, and they just signed Drew Gilbert, the bat flip king. Houston signed him, and I was hoping Jordan Beck was going to go to the Mariners, but he ended up going to the Rockies, which might make breaks interesting next year because they seem to get the Rockies every freaking baseball break.
Well, they may not be a dual team,
right?
Depending on the break, because they've drafted very high the last couple of years, where they have their farm systems developing where they shouldn't be a combo team, right. Especially in Bowman breaks.
Right.
I could see for a regular tops break making them a combo team, but for a Bowman break they should not be a combo team.
Right. I think they got Benny what's his name?
Montgomery.
Benny Montgomery. Oh, that's a good
Sagazine.
question, Christian. I do work with Milliken Fishing. I have known Ben since before he was with Six Sense. We're good friends, and we're still good friends. I'm going to try to go fishing with him this fall, make some content. He's an awesome dude. Uh, he knows this fishing game really well, and he makes good content. But when him and his buddies caught those giant bass out in Texas last January, I was actually out with them. So I've got video from that. I've never even put on YouTube. Again, I just get so far behind. But Ben's a great guy. I get to work with him, and it's amazing. You know, he's got 500,000 subscribers. Somebody recognized me in Walmart last week, and I'm like, okay, this is wild. Couldn't imagine being him, where every place you go, there's hundreds of people that subscribe to your channel and want autographs and stuff like that. So.
What was it? For everyone that don't know Asian carp.
Yeah, you can Google Asian jumping carp, and that's what we got. And it's they're nasty critters, man. They actually taste pretty good. You know, I don't know if you're into fish. I think Shy's the one that likes the ketchup on his fish, which we do that all the time here. Dude, I'm telling you, y'all make fun of him, but that's the only way to eat fried catfish here. You got to have some ketchup.
Fried, yeah, I get it. But would you take a fresh fish out of water, you know, cook it up, and then not fry it, grill it, and put some ketchup all over it?
No, I can't do that.
Okay.
That would be sushi to me. I love sushi, by the way, but I'm not putting no ketchup on
What's up,
sushi.
Tony? I'm Asian, but
Yeah, man, it's not good.
What's up? What's up, Brandon? Yeah, we do have a duck race. Let me get this list.
I did win a duck race with RGL one time, and
I have you on the duck race, so if you win, you know what they're gonna say, right? You know
rigged.
It's gonna be rigged.
You know what? If I win, then you just pull up a random and don't donate it to somebody randomly.
We'll just go with whoever second is.
That'd be fine.
All right, in chat. So I want to make sure I got everyone. Throw me some duck emojis. I got Dr. Dave. Dr. Dave has supported from the start. Awesome. I got him as Senior Dave on my list. I don't know why. Dr. Dave.
I'm trying to figure out how to get in one of these Hitman breaks later tonight. Again, I don't pay attention too often on time.
His OTs should open like as soon as his stream starts.
I'll have to be right on that. Again, I'm picky, so sometimes what hurts me is I'll look at the breaks and then I get on like Beckett or Card Collector and see how many potential hits are from each thing and say, well, if I get a terrible team, then I might still get something.
Well, the basketball break, there should be spots up. It's $175. It's the 2 prisms.
Yep.
FOTL. If you're going to buy in a prism break, at least buy into the first off the line prism.
Right.
Because there's a potential of hitting those exclusive cards that you're not going to hit. And then FOTL, they're more scarce.
Right.
So
I'm just, man, so I do try to collect. I'm not a huge basketball guy. I'll root for the Tennessee Vols that are in the NBA, which we've got a few. You know, a lot of guys like, oh, I got a Jaden Springer, a Keon Johnson. I'm like, yo,
yeah.
I'll take them. Hit me up. I'll buy them from you. You know, just to have.
Well,
Tobias Harris, you know,
he's like me with Florida State. I'm the same way. They're like, oh, you like Devin Vassell? I'm like, yeah, I like Devin Vassell. Do you like Terrence Mann? Yeah, I like Terrence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, any of those, Malik Beasley even.
Yeah, that's just a personal thing for me to, you know, I frequent the Tennessee message boards quite a bit. And I tell you what I've been hunting lately is I've been looking for some Eric Berry stuff. He's my all-time favorite Tennessee Volunteer player, and there's just not a lot out there.
My favorite Tennessee Volunteer player was Jamal Lewis.
Oh, yeah. I was expecting a Peyton Manning, but...
No, I don't like big forehead.
You know what? It's so funny. Everyone thinks I'm like a huge Peyton Manning fan, and Peyton was good. but he really wasn't
He
spectacular
underachieved.
in college.
He underachieved in college.
He did. He couldn't beat Nebraska, couldn't beat Florida, and then we
Then
get
a
the
year or
backup
two after, T. Martin leads them to the title.
Yeah. T. Martin was the man. I like Josh Dobbs. He's backup QB for the Browns. It might be interesting. He may get some playing time. He's one of those dudes that, even at Tennessee, they always talked about he had bad practice, but when it comes to game time, dude, he was
the Browns have 27 quarterbacks, the same number as lawsuits Deshaun Watson has. So I would rule out Dobbs getting any playing time.
You know, he was good enough. He could have been a wide receiver. He's so fast. But, dude, Jamal Lewis, like, I remember when he first come to campus, like, we beat out Georgia for him, and I forgot the name of the recruit they took over him. And he was just a man-child. And I remember him in the Super Bowl with the Ravens, and, man, he just ran over people. But he had that rare combination of size and speed. Like, for a guy his size, you shouldn't have been able to run that fast. And he had a great career. Fortunately, he had some legal issues and whatnot, but he, you know, they're not built like that anymore.
Dante Stallworth was also Tennessee ball, right?
Yep. So Dante's doing his own philosophy thing. Yeah. You know, Alvin Kamara, again, got some legal issues. But as far as I know about Kamara, when he was at Tennessee, he was one of the most loved players and he never got in trouble and all that. He's got a really unique story. I think having a bunch of NFL players in Vegas for a Pro Bowl, you're going to have some issues there.
Recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, even Patrick Mahomes was getting sloshed. So he's like the poster boy of good behavior.
Yeah. I don't know about his nephew or whatnot. That's on TikTok. Or is that his little brother? A little different. Dude, Hardwood, I would appreciate that.
We were just deep in, massage conversation and 27 quarterbacks, 27 lawsuits. Sorry. Watson in Vegas? Well, that was the rumor at one point that he was going to get traded to the Raiders. That would have been crazy. All right, so we have a duck race. I always look out for the Trump duck because the Trump duck usually wins. So let's see. Shuffle a couple times. I don't see him. Now I see him.
I tried a duck race for fishing tackle on my stream about 2 months ago, and it did not go as smooth as this or RGL's.
Well, we'll offline about it. I have a method to my madness. So, all right, 45 seconds on the clock. 45 for the best jersey number that Michael Jordan wore. 45, the one that he's most famous for. And we're off. Tina off to a hot start. We got Mr. Holland Opus Duck was leading for a bit. Now the Trump Duck's leading.
We got a clown coming on the bottom.
Lambert Doink the Clown Duck. For you WWF fans.
Dude, don't even get me started on old school wrestling. I am a huge old school wrestling fan.
Goodness. Oh my, what happened? Oh man, Tony's gonna take the dub.
Tony coming here straight naked like Val Venus at the end.
Tony with the dub. Wow.
Yeah, so I've watched a couple of your wrestling videos, and man, what a time to be alive back then.
Oh, I dropped one today at 6 o'clock, WrestleMania 12. I was actually at that WrestleMania as a kid, so we were the same age, so we were around 10, 11. The main event for that was Shawn Michaels Bret Hart Iron Man match.
Dude, I remember that was the only pay-per-view my dad ever let me buy. Ever. And I was a big Shawn Michaels fan. Of course, now growing up, I didn't know all that backstage controversy and everything. You know, the match was supposed to only last for the time allotted and went to overtime, and then the whole
Yeah.
Montreal screw job. But man, when Michael's come down, he's coming from the Raptors on the zip line. That was electric, and I feel like wrestling's really lost its luster on the intros and stuff like that now. I do remember Sting at WrestleMania a few years ago, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, and that was a really good intro and pump up. I just wish they would have let the man go out with a win, you know, and that kind of bothered me.
Yeah, believe it or not, Sting is wrestling still. He's
Yeah,
wrestling for All Elite Wrestling, and he's doing suicide dives now and stuff. He's doing
I
some crazy
saw
stuff.
that. Like he's what, near 70, I think.
He's like 63
Okay,
or
63.
so.
Yeah, his hair's about like mine. It's just it's fading.
It's the crow Sting. I mean, that just came out at the right time, right place,
Yes,
right time.
that was probably some of the best writing that's been done in wrestling, and I watched a documentary on YouTube or something about it, and it's pretty crazy how that all happened. You know, he was legitimately mad at WCW, and you know, Kevin Nash, former
Yeah.
Tennessee guy, believe it or not, and kind of talked him into it, and it went from there. And man, I just remember that era. I'd be on WCW and I had to flip it to Raw and then back and forth. But you always knew that last 10 minutes of Nitro, you better flip it over because Sting's going to drop from the rafters or
Yeah.
he's going to pop out. But dude, it was awesome. But in WCW fashion, they totally botched, you know, the title match with him and Hollywood
And
Hogan.
Hogan, yeah. There's a lot of ego involved. And if you guys want to hear more about wrestling, check out my videos.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty good. They're getting better for sure in terms of production and everything else, but the content is there. I certainly know what I'm talking about, and my co-host does as well. So yeah, check them out. There's a new video that was just posted. I posted a rip from yesterday that was posted earlier this morning. Check that out. Couple new videos out in one day. Dr. Dave says my favorite was Goldberg and his spear move. Eric Go, I love Sting. I got a nice Sting auto.
Ooh.
Cool. Did you see Julio Jones?
Yes.
Julio
to
Jones.
Tampa Bay Bucks.
Now,
It makes me feel really old because I remember following Julio Jones' college recruitment. Like it
me
was,
too.
like it was Julio. It was going to be Georgia, Tennessee, or Alabama. And I remember watching his highlights. I was like, dude, this guy's a monster. We got to get him. That was that period where Tennessee. It was the last of the former years. He kind of melded in, and man, he just blew up at Alabama. You know, Nashville's only an hour and a half for me. I'm not a huge Titans fan, but again, I'm a Dolphins fan. I like the Saints too, so I get a chance to go see those teams. But Julio's a monster. He's a huge dude in person. But I mean, we're gonna get another Brady Super Bowl. I mean, it's very possible.
I almost feel like they want to, like they signed Julio, not for weeks 1 through 13 or 14. They want him for that postseason stretch towards the end of the year. But I just don't know how healthy he is. He hasn't shown that he could stay on the field.
I know. I mean, he's definitely a red zone guy with his frame and everything. Back in the day, he could stretch the field a little bit more. But, you know, you got a team that can make the playoffs. There's never anything wrong with having depth. I mean, you seen what happened to Antonio Brown last year, dude. Just walked off in the middle of the game. Well, if you got a guy like Julio behind you, who cares? We'll just plug another one in.
Yep.
Last question for Baitman. What's my favorite rod and reel? I can't reach across my thing, but my favorite reel is a Daiwa Tatula SV. It's $199 reel. I think it's really good for the money. Favorite rod, man, I got a 6 cents. They call it ESP rod right now. That's my favorite rod and reel. But you ask me 6 months from now, I might change my mind because I'm a tackle junkie. I'm always buying rods, reels, and obviously this is just a little bit of baits. I've got pegboard behind me and in front of me, but yeah.
Yeah, they were a tag team when they first started out, and then they went their separate ways. I believe Warrior went to the Houston area territory,
Mm-hmm.
um, and Sting went and worked the Crockett
Yep.
territory.
Yeah, the whole
Um,
Smoky Mountain Wrestling and what was the other one that was really big, kind of in the South? That a lot of WCW prospects come out of that, and that's actually kind of how WCW formed.
mhm.
Um, they got the TV rights, the Turner rights to
Yep,
broadcast that.
yep. Um, as far as Hitman, I'm sure all his breaks were sold out.
Yeah,
Besides,
they are kind of a popular guy these days when you pull those big cards.
yeah,
The
all,
first
all,
time I watched Hitman was
yeah,
when he pulled that flawless Lamello, and I was like, "Did I really just see this live? Dude pulled like a $30,000-$40,000 card."
yeah. It was for Jason Chase. Yeah, he still has 10 spots left. I'll bring it up real quick. 10 spots left in this Prism. One box first off the line, one box hobby, and a box of Crown. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a Kaboom soon.
Yeah, it's coming.
So
I'm not a huge NBA guy. That one's awful tempting. I really just root for the Grizzlies because John Morant went to Murray State, which is like 10 minutes from my house, and I've met him a couple times just out and about. He was really down to earth, cool dude, and I love his story. So underrated, in when he first went into college, and he's kind of on the verge of that superstar, megastar status. He still actually comes down to Murray quite a bit, and
yeah. Speaking of ketchup and fish and ketchup,
just give
Tri
it a
City Pulls.
boom. I don't know how my impression worked, but
What's going on, dude? Appreciate you stopping through.
man,
Appreciate it.
I got the Bears last night in the Shy City stream. I got offered some trades, and hindsight is 2020. If I'd made the trade, I would have hit out really well, and I didn't hit jack. It ain't
Us-
Shy's fault. That's just how it goes. But I was like, man, getting the Bears in the Shy City stream, going
Usually
to
he
get a few.
pulls for his team, so
I know. Just didn't have good mojo. That's all it is.
yeah, I just don't love collecting basketball. I'm usually game for baseball, UFC, or football, though. That's good. Um, I would
I'm a
say
big UFC fan.
a couple of those things I'm gonna do some breaks on eventually.
So I bought a blaster of UFC at Walmart, and I watched UFC from like pay-per-view Dark Ages. Like I was a big Frank Shamrock fan. We're
Yes.
going way back. And the only thing is, I don't recognize 75% of the people in the new UFC, so I've laid off watching it because I was Rampage Jackson, man. I loved Rampage and Frank Shamrock. Tito was huge, and all those guys. Anderson Silva, Vitor Belfort. So I opened these blasters, and I'm like, man, y'all need some old school inserts of some of these guys. Now I don't know how their contracts work because a lot of guys don't fight for the UFC anymore and stuff like that. But I did get a Patty Silver rookie card, so I guess that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And they're fun to open, so I have to actually go research and learn about some of the new fighters. And
Yeah, I'm kind of like I stopped watching, not stop watching, but I watch intermittently, and I feel like I don't know that much about them. So,
thanks
but
for the love on the camera there, Shy. It's it does look pretty crispy. I got my door open to the outside world here. I appreciate that compliment. I try to work pretty hard. I actually have I don't know if I've ever told you this, Jamil, but my background is actually in video television production. I did hunting and fishing shows for like 8 years. So I'm a real stickler for production and lighting and sound and stuff like that. And stuff I put on YouTube, I hate it. I'm like, but if you have good quality content, whether
Yep.
it's sports cards or fishing or dude, there's tons of stuff out there. It's not about who's got the best editing or the best lighting. It's about relating to people.
Correct. Yep, and then the other stuff will follow,
Yeah.
and and whatever else. Although I hit one Johnny Jones. Yeah, well, I don't know what happened, but somehow, some way, someone gifted me a spot last night, Brian Comte, and then not only do I get the spot in baseball, but then I get the Yankees on top of it.
Oh yeah. I'm not a Yankees hater, man. I like the Red Sox quite a bit too. Back in the day, I was a big fan of the Red Sox, but I've always liked the Yankees. I just think that there's a lot of tradition there. They're obviously a winning team. I'd love to go to a Yankees game just to feel that atmosphere in Yankee Stadium. You know,
I mean, it was rigged, and then we hit like there was a Jeter and Topps Platinum. It was the blue mini diamond.
ooh,
We hit that. We hit an Aaron Judge out of National Treasures, like a Mem, Stanton out of National Treasures, amongst other cards. And I felt bad because he had the Dodgers, and generally the Dodgers hit. And I think he got like one somewhat decent card the entire break.
I think the best team I've got in baseball was actually a Dodgers with RGL. And it was mostly Topps Chrome, but I got I believe Corey Seager. I know
Yeah.
they're brothers. I got his green, which was great because I had Cody's from the Mariners, and they're both out of 99, and they're actually only I think like one number off from each other.
It's weird
So
that
that's pretty
Kyle
cool.
Seager is
Yeah, Kyle
retired
Seager.
now. Like
Yeah,
he retired pretty young. I'm a Sox fan, but we sucked this month. Worst team in baseball in July. Yeah, you guys, your pitching, and I knew it in the beginning of the season. Your pitching's lacking.
I got someone at my house. Hold on
Yeah,
just a second.
yeah. The pitching
Yeah.
for the Red Sox has been awful all year, and so has their bullpen. And their bats went cold all at the same time. You got Devers hurt. Yeah, Maka, why don't you rub that one in my face some more? All of a sudden now you're a Yankee fan. I heard Shy's going to go to the National now too. 28-5 says it all, plus the damn Yankees, re-injured Sal. Hey, we don't go out and injure people. Why would we do that? We're a classy organization. Very classy. Cool, yeah. Post it in the pro wrestling thread. Well, I think Brandon Cooks 99's at the door. What's up, Matty Ice? How you doing? It wasn't on purple, but you still did it. Can't dispute that. You know what, though? Chris Sale kind of had that coming. Did you see what he did during one of his rehab assignments? It was pretty deplorable. He tore up the clubhouse. He acted like a baby. I don't know. Like, he kind of had that coming. It's karma. Thank you. We tried. We're gonna get better. Everyone who screenshots this message gets a free RJL break after I hit the Mega Millions tonight. If you hit, we're going to Vegas or something. Taking a trip somewhere. Yeah, Sal's in a bad place right now. Can't stay healthy, throwing tantrums. Yeah, and you're committed to him for a couple more years with big money. I'm really concerned about my Yankees. I've said this since we started these pre-shows. Stanton's on the IL now. Our bullpen's been shaky. It's just, I don't know. Even though we have the best record, it doesn't mean anything come the postseason, and we don't have enough pitching. And everyone who screenshots this can buy me a spot. Justin, if I win, I'm buying you 5 breaks. Oh my god. Everyone's going to be rooting for Matt. Biggest disappointment this season for me is White Sox. I really thought they would dominate. Yeah, the injury bug hit them. Their pitching staff didn't meet expectations besides Dylan Cease, who is looking like an ace pitcher. Giolito has been rocky. Lance Lynn's washed up, I think, at this point. Keuchel got released. They have major issues. What's your question, Matt? Yeah, Cease is up there for Cy Young. I think Verlander, though, would be the number 1. I'm so curious how good the Orioles... The Orioles really need better management. They have to figure out a way to keep their players. They play as a small market club, and they always trade away their good players. So it's going to be key if they can keep some of this talent together and build that core. Yeah, Lance looked terrible. Yeah, I mean, your bullpen also not great. Why is it I can ship an envelope to Buffalo, New York for 51 cents, but if I need to ship it across an imaginary line we call Canada, it's $25. Blame Canada, as South Park said. I'm in RJL's Discord. You know RJL's Discord is Shy City and Hitman's. It's one big happy community. It's my Discord. It's everyone's Discord. Isn't that a bigger issue with country borders in general? Yeah, I'm gonna avoid the politics talk. I mean, I probably lost viewers with the Trump duck race scandals, but I just think that's funny. Yeah, if someone on their desktop can post the Discord link, that would be great. Yeah, the Orioles, though, they've been playing some great ball, and they have a ton of prospects coming up. The headline that I saw today, the favorites for Juan Soto are the Cardinals and the Padres. I mean, it certainly helped either one of those teams. Can you imagine a lineup with Fernando Tatis and Juan Soto? That's crazy. 2 of the best young players in baseball. Or even the Cardinals. You have him and Goldschmidt, Edman together. Is Ryan Mountcastle ever going to be a superstar? I don't know if he's going to be a superstar. I think he'll be a very good player, above average. I hope the Cardinals don't get Juan. What's everyone's thought on trying to sell a break on eBay? I would just get a Shopify and sell your breaks through that. It seems to work. Just be rhythmic with your breaks. And once you fill the break, then you go live and you're able to message everyone through their emails that you have through Shopify. And I think the simple plan with Shopify is about $30 a month. I don't know, Shai could probably speak a little bit more. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, eBay in general is just very dicey, and people are just impatient. I had someone buy something on a Friday, messaged me on a Monday, why hasn't it been shipped out yet? I was like, because life happens. It hasn't been shipped out yet. They grew too big in the pandemic. Yeah, that makes sense. It's tough to hear, you know, when people lose their jobs, though. Yeah, and it's like the message is always. I was just wondering when you plan on sending it. I I, I was planning on sending it within the 4 or 5 days that's allotted. I would. I'm not trying to sound like a jerk. Maybe just change the way you market your website. I try to ship, or for example, I mean, you can go live with me. There's other content creators maybe that can help you out. Um, that don't necessarily break, you know, Pokemon cards. You have a, you know, kind of a different clientele. I try to ship all sales of the week on one day. Yep, I don't like making multiple trips. Not at all. Especially because I don't have a label printer yet. It's going to be posted on my videos. I'm going to go and post them in the description box. If you guys can, make sure you go and like my videos, share them. If you're not subbed to my channel, please go sub. If you're not subbed to Bateman, please go sub as well. Yeah, I know you don't have a label printer. They're about 180, 250 bucks. It's probably worth the investment. Matt, because I'm going to be sending out like 30 packages at once. Or more. Yeah, I don't want to use a regular printer for that. I'll burn through ink. And then I'm going to be posting singles. No, you can share the link. You're a mod, right? So yeah, the ink gets really expensive. There's a company called Rollo. They make the label printers. Seems like it's a pretty affordable option. Yeah, ink is the problem. Ink is the problem. Matt, by the way, you know I put the first bid on the Griffey lot that you had up. Someone already outbid me. I feel bad throwing out so many cartridges. Yeah. Oh, we got a doggy. Well, guys, we got a couple minutes left. I think Bateman has left us for the evening. I wanted him to say goodbye, but life happens. He had a knock at the door. Cooks to 99. Was it really? That mother effer. Well, we'll see. We'll see who outbids who now. Now I'm motivated to buy that lot. I'm surprised it wasn't RGO. Bad Box, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. We do this pretty much every night.
I'm sorry about that.
There he is, right before we sign off.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I got a dog situation with the neighbors, but we're all good.
Jeez. Who let the dogs out?
Basically, yes. But hey, JML, I know you're fixing to sign off. I want to tell you thank you very much for letting me be on here for at least half of the stream. And I appreciate what you're doing, what the community's doing. There's lots of great people in here. And let's all support these guys, support each other.
Cool. I appreciate you coming on. It's been fun. If you want to come on again, or if you know anyone that would like to come on, yourself or people that are viewing, let me know. I'm
Absolutely.
pretty much game. It doesn't matter if you have 0 subscribers or you have 10 million. I'm ready. You know, I can have conversations with anyone, and I like having conversations. I like learning about people, and I hope you guys do too. With
Absolutely.
that being said,
Let's touch back during college football season. I'll be good and rowdy by then.
yeah, with that being said, my sign off is good night and good luck. I'll see you in the breaks.